Well, hello from the Kiwi Sports Studio. This is a review of the England vs Argentina 27-10 defeat for England, and it was a really good game. It was very close for the first half, and then England just fired away. Last 20 minutes of the first half, George Ford was just dropping goals everywhere and scoring penalties everywhere. Argentina came back in the last minute or so with a try, but England really dominated in the second half. They were the best team by far. George Ford, best player by far. He's such a good player in these death times, and I think everyone will be surprised by how good England played. They stood out to me, and I think everyone else. They showed the haters wrong, and they're a really good team at the moment. Without Farrell, Watson, Vunipola, and Portfleet, and they really were a good team during the match. Now we'll look at the stats in the game. And it was 27-10. It wasn't a massive defeat, but it was they did deserve it. I think England were ranking 8th compared to 6th. I think England showed that they aren't meant to be 8th in the world, or they were, but their team has really built in this match, and they showed that they aren't that bad. Well, I started off with Emiliano Boffelli scoring penalty in the 5th minute, and then it just turned into an England domination. Like, they just held on to the ball for so long. George Ford with penalties, with a penalty in the 10th minute, and pretty much it was just it was actually quite even in the first 20 minutes until the 27th minute when George Ford got the drop goal. And then he kept on dropping goals, 27th, 31st, and 37th, which put them ahead by 9 going into half-time. So they were really stacked on points and all that. I just think Argentina just weren't able to stop. They weren't able to convert into points when they were in England's half. And yeah, I think the English defence was too good. Argentinian defence was good, but that's why George Ford was dropping goals. Only one try in the match was in the last minute for Rodrigo Bruni. But to start the second half of George Ford and England just started really dominating. George Ford really leaded the team really well. 46th minute, he got a penalty. Argentinians' discipline did not improve for the whole match. 46th minute, penalty kick. They just took the points when they were down there. 54th minute, penalty kick. 59th, penalty kick in 66th minute. 75th minute too. So they were all consistently timed between. So there was like a constant amount of time when England would get back the ball and just go for the kick. So they were not worrying about having long periods of time without the ball or without points. They really showed this Argentinian team that they are a good team when it comes to World Cups. Then we had the try in the 79th minute, Rodrigo Bruni, Emiliano Boffelli. He didn't shine out for me, Boffelli. I thought it'd be better. Like, his kicking was decent. He didn't show up. And I think that's the whole Argentinian team didn't show up. And that's really what lost in the game. I'm pretty sure. We saw territory. Argentinian dominated territory in the last 10 minutes, but just couldn't convert until the last minute. The possession the whole game was very even. Yeah, just the conversion of points was where England really dominated the game. Meters carried, 250. It was actually a lot more for England at halftime, but I think Argentina really pulled it back in the last 10 minutes. They actually played decent rugby, and that's where they'll want to carry that on into next match. A decent rugby. They can take positives out of this and a lot of negatives. The discipline was not up to standard. And while this is all happening, talking about discipline, Tom Curry was sent off for a red card, and I think it was about the 10th minute or something like that. And that England were meant to. I thought they were just gonna ruin the game. Like, he was yellow carded and sent for review, and it was upgraded to red. But man, I'm surprised how well they played without him. And without 14 players on the field, they still dominated Argentina. Well, dominated for having a red card. And then also in the same time, Santiago was a yellow card, but he wasn't upgraded. And then that's where I think they could have upgraded his, or not upgraded the others, because Tom Curry, because there wasn't that much difference, I don't think, between those two yellow cards, or between those red cards and yellow cards. But anyway, the kicking game was definitely won by England. They were so much more dominant with kicks. That's why George Ford was so good, because his kicking game just smashed their team. Like the tackles, they had to tackle 142 tackles. That's an incredible amount compared to 84. And then England, but they still came back and ended up winning. Like, England were good in defence, so good in defence, and they ended up, when they got the ball, they actually converted points.